Hey everyone, I'll be covering all of the Nintendo Switch's games announced for the first week of March, so let's get started. There's only you, stranded in the abandoned remains of a former life, with flourishing nature surrounding you in the greatest absence of man. Set to a gloomy and empty world, yet still beautiful, in Rays of the Light, it's an atmospheric experience of life and death, where solving logic puzzles and studying text messages may be the only key to your survival. A metaphorical and psychological story is slowly revealed as you study your surroundings and explore the world. Azure Striker Gunvolt 3 is a true sequel to the original Nintendo 3DS title Azure Striker Gunvolt and Gunvolt 2. Supervised by Keiji Inafune and directed by Bloodstained's Curse of the Moon's director Hiroki Miyazawa, they're hoping to create a brand new type of action game and experience not just for the Azure Striker fans, but all action platformers, bringing the genre forward to new places. More details are expected to release in the upcoming months. Blaster Master 03 is a direct sequel to 2. As the series' protagonist, Jason travels to where the series all began in the planet Sophia, in order to save the series' heroine Eve in their final installment to the story. Embark on your journey aboard the superplanetary all-purpose battle vehicle tank G-Sophia SV, with a new set of visor systems and tons of potential options to cross over into distant yet alternative dimensions. A trilogy to all three games will also be offered in Japan, but sadly, no word yet on a Western release. In Star Wars Republic Commando, you've got your trusty blaster rifle and your squad of elite clone troopers right by your side, adding a tactical layer to the first-person shooter genre with plenty of commands. Perform special tasks like demolitions, door breaches, search and destroys, on top of the option to form up your unit right behind you and follow your footsteps and cover your backside. This remaster also offers a new set of control options with modern controls in mind, so you can feel right at home. Offering 3 new tracks and several game modes, WRC9 is finally set to launch on Switch on March 11th. This leading off-road sim has over 15 classic cars and over 100 special stages all across the globe to race across. The new club systems allows players to create their own crew of champions online and compete versus each other or other crews for the crown, including over 3 WRC categories with improvised physics, new visuals, redesigned environments, and tons of new mechanics. Catapult yourself through the air, use the power drawn from your fallen creatures to slow time, and cut the swarm of dark beings with a razor-sharp boomerang and Boomerang X. Travel through a once bustling set of locales, sacrifice to the myth, and descend into the God Path into the realms way below in a hectic first-person set of battles that simply ask you to endure as much as you can. Monster Jam Steel Titans 2 takes everything the fans loved about their original game and doubles down on it even more, bringing an expanded truck roster, about 5 new worlds to explore, updated physics, online multiplayer for up to 6 players, and everything possible to give you a reason to keep coming back and explore more of each one of the maps. An intensive truck pack is also launching alongside the game, providing you with even more vehicles to use. Suda51's 2 thrilling crime noir takes are now bundled together in the Silver 2425, set to release on Switch on July 6th. This remastered mystery adventure game strings a set of mysterious serial killings that plague the city, and the detectives of the 24 Ward Heinous Crimes units have their eyes set on one man. The sequel of the lauded original title takes place 5 years later, with a new cast of characters with plenty of callbacks and tons of cameos. The competitive co-op multiplayer party game Can't Drive This lets you drive a monster truck while your friends build roads right in front of you. Each vehicle is fully customizable to help you distinguish yourself from your allies, and while you drive your tricked out car, your buddy uses the course editor to make the roads, allowing for creation and custom tracks to flourish while both of you reach for the gold. You has to become the hero with the help of the Overlord Dragon and the Wicked King and the Noble Hero. While not being a direct sequel to The Liar Princess and The Blind Prince, it is created by the same developers, hoping to make better use of that beloved indie's art-warm and picturesque book-like graphics. While the setting of the new world is still somewhat mysterious, it is fully realized and inhabited by monsters. Go on excursions and make the best use of the scenery, and use your skills to avoid or either engage with enemies. Match your kart racing skills against a ragtag crew of rivals as you explore a mysterious set of islands packed with ancient temples, dragon-infested castles, and post-apocalyptic ruins in Beach Buggy Racing 2. Unlock and upgrade your vehicles in up to 8 local player versus, or take it online for an even greater number of combatants. Split screen lets multiple players use the same display without having to buy multiple copies. After a bit of a back and forth, Genosha was finally shadow dropped in the eShop this past week. You're one of multiple sets of people in a spaceship that contains both humans and the Genosha. However, Genoshas look just like ordinary people. Their goal is to wipe out humanity altogether, and yours is to basically survive and expose what's going on. Offering something of a Groundhog Day feeling, keep the crew alive as long as possible and expose the imposters before your demise. The arcade pixel art adventure game of Battle Axe is set to launch this April on Switch, inspired by the 80s classic. This top-down hack and slasher is a call out to pixel art enthusiasts. Familiarize yourself with the reborn classic of the new gameplay set of elements, improving controls and perfect animations. The game can be played either solo or in co-op with up to 3 players. Choose from a variety of combinations like traps, baits, rods, reels, and even locations to find the optimal setup and net the big one in fishing fighters. Offering over 100 fish species to capture and put in your record book, each of the characters specialize in one type of fish, so it's always best to check them all out. Making full use of rumble and sensors to give players the optimal feel when they pull on that rod with motion controls active. The third installment of the MAZM series, MAZM the Phantom of the Opera, is a mystery adventure novel and a modern reinterpretation of the original French Gothic mystery. Featuring a classic visual style and aesthetics of the time, as a detective player must find out the truth about the Phantom's incidents that shook the Parisian opera's house. Roadside Assistant Simulator is an extensive automobile game where you will test your skills as a roadside assistant specialist. This unique open-world first-person perspective game consists of tackling various tasks connected to supporting people during their accidents and roadside incidents. Tow, repair, save, and salvage for a high rating. When a ghost tour goes horribly wrong, Freya and her friends find themselves in a strange and unforgiving alternate world, one that constantly desires their death. Discover the ability to rewind time, giving you a chance to test new paths and make different decisions in a bid to survive just a bit longer and retrace memories of death. ConnecTank is a 2D action-adventure game for up to 4 players that combines tank battles with puzzle solving. Deliver packages for any of the 3 barons seeking to become the top tycoon, and in doing so earn some coin to buff up your vehicles and withstand even tougher enemies. Each tank comes with their own unique strengths, weaknesses, and even skills. Engaging with different quest types lets you build out your tank however you want to ultimately evolve it to whatever machine you wish it to be. Enjoy over 250 unique stages and over 15 different environments in Paperball Deluxe, a highly challenging ball roller that will put your balance skills to the test. Whether you like to play it safe or make it through the end without the least amount of falls, time is of the essence, and making it through the stages is harder than it actually looks. Save your corn to defeat troublesome thieves in Stitchy and Tooki in Trouble. Play as a scarecrow on a mission to recover every stolen bit of corn and reclaim your fields from the evil ones. Dodge wooden piranhas, avoid falling into dark pits, and never lose hope during the snowy minecart rides. Offering 9 different levels and boss battles with tons of secrets to discover. Travel through a fantastical set of worlds that are full of tricky challenges in World Splitter, a 2D puzzle platformer with multi-dimensional stages. Combining jump and run elements, logically make your way out of each one of the puzzles. Each level consists of 2 parallel worlds, separated by rifts. Move freely through each one of them and interact with visible parts of each side. Fly High Works and Rebuild Games teamed up to release Super Met Boy on the Switch this past week. This arcade action title supports 4 players versus each other and even co-op, where luring your friends towards your enemy is just another tactic at your disposal to reach a victory. And that's what the game announcements will be covering this week. A rather quiet one at that when in comparison to the prior weeks. Nintendo seems to be just playing the waiting game until the beginning of the next fiscal year for some alleged rather big info dumps if you actually believe some of the leaks. Which, speaking of, part of the rumors regarding the new Switch revision are full steam ahead after the most recent Bloomberg report. I'll just say that it's long overdue and hopefully it's actually a substantial visual bump, but I'm also hoping that it does have DLSS, because anything short of that will probably just be another minor blip, kind of like the new 3DS, and I don't think anyone would be really happy with that. So with all that said, as per always, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate the support, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. See ya!